Maple syrup season has officially begun. Welcome to the channel, everybody. On today's episode, we are back in the sugar bush collecting sap to make golden, delicious maple syrup. If you've ever wanted to live closer with the land or be more self-sufficient, harvesting maple sap to make your own syrup is probably the most beginner-friendly and easiest first things you can do on your road to becoming more self-sufficient. I think we tapped trees 3 days ago, and we've only got maybe 6 or 7 gallons of sap in here so far. That bag is half full, that bag is half full. So I think we'll go ahead and empty them. Some of them had ice in them from yesterday I couldn't get emptied. Those might be the fuller bags. I've got one more water jug, so I thought I would tap one more tree. Look at that thing running. We're gonna need a bigger bag. Well, I think we're gonna boil. I think we got enough. The 2025 maple syrup season has officially begun. As excited as I am for warmer temperatures, I have to say this is probably not one of my favorite times of the year, when everything is melting and the ground is one muddy, sloppy mess. The cabin is a disaster with muddy footprints and muddy paws. There's water everywhere. I started cleaning up the garden area yesterday a little bit, and it's so muddy back here that I finally kind of gave up a little bit. My plan was to start burning some of this brush, but it was so muddy in here that I decided to give it one more day to dry out. You can see that the snow is mostly gone. We did get a storm a couple days ago, and then the weather dropped down into the 20s. Even after filtering it, you can still see there's little pieces of bark and debris in the sap. That's even after filtering it one time. So we're gonna filter it. We're gonna filter it once more when it comes out of the pan, and then we'll filter it when the syrup is complete. So 3 different filters: a pre, a mid, and a late filter. Probably wasn't the best time to start boiling at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I didn't realize it was so late. We've got 1 full pan on there right now, and it's 4 o'clock. We're just getting started. See how long it takes to boil down 1 pan. You're a good boy, Archer. You're Papa's good boy. Yes, you are. You're my good river dog. Yes, you are. You're my good boy. Yes, you are. You're my good boy. you sure, my good boy. Sheesh! Let's eat! So I wanted to talk a little bit about my setup that I'm using for maple syrup. My maple evaporator, well, it's quite the contraption as you can see. And I just bought this pan last year online, and this is the first year I've used it because last year I missed the season. So I never got to use the evaporator or the pan. So there's a lot of firsts for me this year. So I'm really excited for this maple syrup harvest this year. This is the first year where I feel like I'm more professional and less redneck. You know, I mean, I've got a great pan, I've got a great evaporator. The sap is actually running this year, so hopefully the timing stays, but it looks like the next week should be perfect sap conditions. So anyway, I have really high hopes this year. I'm getting really excited. This first boil, should be done tonight. So by tomorrow morning, I should be showing you freshly jarred, homemade maple syrup. I'm really a nostalgic person, and I really enjoy history and antiques and just memories of the past. And I just wanted to mention on the evaporator that this evaporator was gifted to me by Mona and Dave, who also have an off-grid property in the Arrowhead region of Minnesota. Dave's dad actually made this stove for the family, and they used it for many years. When Dave upgraded his equipment, he passed it on to me. So I'm really thankful that they took the time to reach out to me. And every spring when I'm making maple syrup, I will remember that his dad put hours of effort into building this thing and designing it, and their family spent hours using it and harvesting maple sap from their own land. I think that's pretty cool. Like, there's a story behind it, and it's just fun for me to think about how this stove connects me with these people that I've never even met before, but we have this connection. It's just, life is cool sometimes, you know? So thanks, Mona and Dave. I'm thinking about you this week. I hope you're having a great maple season as well. Yes, I am one of those guys that hoards every bit of scrap lumber that you've ever cut off of a board. I never have to worry about burglars breaking into that shed because there's nothing of value in there. It's pretty much just full of scrap wood cutoffs. Good morning and welcome to another beautiful day up north. Last night we were able to get the syrup down where it was just starting to thicken up into syrup, and I think we got it down to about 1.5 gallons, give or take. Last night I had a little bit of concern about whether I should finish the batch in one step or if it would be okay if I would split it into finishing it in the morning. And after an exhaustive Google search, what I found out was we probably only got 1 gallon maybe in there. What I found out was you definitely can leave your syrup overnight, but the things that you have to be concerned with is contamination, spoilage, basically the typical things that you would with any perishable item. Well, lucky for me, last night we finished up, like I said, around 11:45. The temperatures had already dropped enough, and it did freeze overnight. So I was not concerned about any spoilage or anything like that. As you can see, I locked it into a 5-gallon pail with a lid, and therefore we have 0 contamination issues. We should be able to put this on the stove this morning and finish it up, filter it into jars, and be done with our first batch of maple syrup. I know I tested it last night when it came off the big burner, Oh my gosh. Guys, that is so good. It is so buttery and smooth and sweet mapley. And it's not even finished yet. So I feel like I've had my burner too low. I've been more at a simmer where I think I need to be more at an aggressive boil. So right now it is 1 o'clock-ish. So we've been at this for an hour and a half. Yeah, I think we could have been a little bit hotter of a boil the whole time. So I think we're wasting more time than we need to. Going to wash the top of the jars so the lids seal without any. Oh, that's hot. Oofta, that's hot. So the lids seal without any obstructions between the lid and the. Oh, wow, that's hot. Those jars are hot. Oofta. So apparently, 1 garbage can full is 5 full half pints. Ah! Ah! Remember what I said about having the cold water handy? It's exactly what I'm talking about. Wow. That was not planned. Not sure why that happened. Okay, we have a disaster here. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. I am not sure why that exploded like that on me, but we ended up with 4 pints of finished syrup. But I'm happy with everything so far. You can see it's a maple lantern. It's a maple lantern. Oh, a lot of people just tap maple trees for the sap and the syrup, but not here at the Featherwood compound. We tap our trees and make maple lanterns. Okay, all jokes aside, good morning everybody. As you can see, we are still boiling sap. So granted, I don't have a lot of years to compare with, but this is by far going to be the best year that I've had. I feel like our process has been streamlined so much more efficiently after just 1 boil. This being our 2nd boil, I feel like I'm so much more prepared for what's about to happen. Unfortunately, or not fortunately or unfortunately, the taps are still running. So I think we're probably going to have to make a route tonight and do another collection and then probably boil that down. It's supposed to blizzard tomorrow, so I would like to finish this up between tonight and tomorrow morning. Oops, oopsies, oopsies. So we had 20 plus another 5, another 8. So we had 20. So we got 28 gallons boiling now. That's what we have to do for the night. I think I might have to lay off the wood a little bit for a little bit. That stove is cherry red. Let's see what the stove is. Oh, overheat. 540, 543, 540 overheat. So 550. How much is? What's the pan? Pan is 500 degrees. Jeez. What's the water? Water's 198, 196, 195, 198. So let's say 195. Whew, that's probably perfect actually. All right, I will catch you guys in a little bit. Welcome to night number 2 of the syrup boil. Ah, it is so muddy.
Everything changed, nothing the same. Destruction turning to life, wrongs into right. Let me burn for you like a prairie fire.
Okay, this is where you get your price of admission. Something tells me this isn't a great idea. I have no idea what to expect. No idea what to expect. Can you see that? Can you see how beautiful that is? Man, these pans are so nice. Let's eat. $2:01 and we want to be 2:19-ish. So we've got quite a ways to go. Well, not a bad haul. Probably my best year yet. So in the end, I ended up boiling 3 different times over the course of about 2 weeks. So the sap probably only ran 3 or 4 days total out of the last 2 weeks. Please excuse my voice. River took off after an animal last night and I was screaming and I was yelling at him. So today my voice is pretty hoarse. So anyway, the syrup season is done. It was probably the best season I've had so far. And the trees are still running. I could tap probably for another week at least. But it's time for me to go to work at the fish hatchery for my spring job. So I just shut everything down, got everything cleaned up, packed away, and we're gonna call it. This is plenty of syrup for me, even with the stuff that I give away. I learned lots this time, especially about like filtering and at what temperatures the sugar stands precipitate out. And
it was a really good year. And I'm very grateful for the bountiful harvest and look forward to next year. And I just know that every year I do it, I'm going to learn more and the process is going to get simpler and more efficient. And I'm just grateful. I mean, I'm very happy with this season's results. So with that being said, once again, it's that time. As always, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button. It does help my channel grow, and I do appreciate it. I see it as a reward for the work I put in to bring this content to you. I love you guys. Take care, and we'll see you soon.